落ちてくガラスの迷路ひび割れた声まだ消えないまま藤た記憶誰かの夢にすり替わる名前さえ今奪われてく聞こえるか胸の奥できしむ鎖の叫び逃げないで選ぶんだ自分だけの芯を一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやくそ切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られたスターに君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えてゆけ黒いタイピン運命に鼓動が刺さる笑うシステム感情を食らう震えた指でログアウト先を探してるでも君の手が確かにここにある忘れるな偽物でも選ぶ痛みはリアル奪えない願いだけが最後のパスワード一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやくそ切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られた明日に君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えていけ必殺君の声で暗いスクリプトを壊して一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を更新してく挟むく影抱きしめながら傷ついても夢を離すな一つ操られた未来君と一緒に飛び越えて交差してくストーリー今始まりに帰ろう
That's right. That's right. That's right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We are live. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole. that is known as the internet. But before we do that, boys, you got to bring it in. Let's go, man. Bring it in. Guys, guess what today is? Guess what today is? Guess what today is, boys? It's Wednesday. That's right. It's Wednesday. That means I got to speak to you softly because it's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's hump day, boys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know why? You know how you know it's hump day? Do you guys know how you know it's hump day? No, that's not why. It's not because it's Wednesday. It's because today is tax day and everybody's getting fucked. That's right, boys. That's right, boys. That's how you know it's hump day. Everybody's getting fucked today, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The tax boy is out there trying to collect. He's trying to fuck everybody right now. That's how you know it's hump day, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, bring it in. Don't let anybody run away. All right. I already see Sonia trying to run away. I don't know why she running away. Her fucking ass is illegal. She don't pay taxes. She don't pay fucking taxes, bro. She gets paid cash. Come on, like, get out of here. Why is she running away? Bring her ass back here. Bring her back here right now, ladies and gentlemen. Bring her back. Bring everybody in who's trying to run away. Listen very closely. If you guys are watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like the stream right now. Right now. If you guys are watching on Rumble, like the stream. That's right. And if you guys are watching anywhere else right now, that's fucking impossible, and you're probably trying to not pay your taxes. So like the stream. Don't let it... Wait, what? I can see up Hypno's nose. What? Brother, you could barely see my nose. What are you talking about? You could barely see my nose. What do you mean you could see? Wait. What? What do you see up there? What do you see? Why are you looking up there? What's wrong with you? He's supposed to be the normal one. I don't know why he's acted like this. Guys, can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today? We got a lot we got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot going on, even on this glorious, glorious Wednesday. There is a lot going on. The coping and seething is to the max. It is to the max, ladies and gentlemen. Literally to the max. We got a coping and seething over Crimson Desert. We got a coping and seething over Mouse P.I. for hire. We got coping and seething over literally fucking everything today. But what else are we checking? What else are we checking? Let's see. We got signed my tax return check. Well, at least you're getting a return. AO in your face check. Monday is great. Listen, Monkey Man, I'm going to need you to stop lying. Nobody likes Mondays. Nobody likes it. Made my tax payment to the Leering Center check. Oh, that's one way to do it. I'm sure some Somalian out there is going to enjoy your tax money and go buy a Mercedes. Ubisoft is coping check. Spiral Boogies check. That's a new one. That's a new one. We got a nose check. Drink responsibly check. Lots of baby mamas signing out their kids for income tax check. We got Yarem fentanyl check. AI classes fun check. Save the cope hypno check. Don't have to pay taxes check. Go ahead and hit that like tax button gang check. We got testicular fortitude check. It's Wednesday, my dude. Check. We got check if I did my taxes last month. Avoid taxes check. Alive in the Gulf check. I am cold check. Coke and Hypno's nose check. USPS is late check. I might have gotten a return, but that's because I got felted monthly check. Oh, that's so true. That's so true. Hypno taxes check. Oh God. Let's not even talk about it, please. Let's not even talk about it. All right, guys, listen. ESG scores are at their maximum. All right, listen. I got to do a membership train today after taxes today. Holy fuck. I got to do a membership train, boys. ESG scores are at their maximum. We're fully funded. Like the stream. Like the stream. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now hanging out with us on this glorious, beautiful Wednesday. It's a beautiful Wednesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Who's here? Who the fuck is here? Aside from Sheep City and who's gooning? To my nose, apparently. I don't know why. It's just getting awkward. It's getting awkward, man. We got the fourth wall guy. What's going on, man? Got games check? Nice. Nice. Hey, man, I was playing Replaced on Grifcast earlier, and the amount of people that were telling me like the games that they got, I think you were one of them, I'm pretty sure, where like you bought the entire Metro series and you also bought what was like 2 other games for like $18 or something. Like you got like 5 major video games for $18. And I was like, that's why Steam is undefeated, man. Steam is undefeated. We got Handy. We got Lightrand. What's going on, man? We got Zalosi over on Rumble. Jason Alator. We got Draconic over on Rumble. Mr. Melancholy. Sleeping Nova. Felstaff. I am Ted Bovis. We got Benjamin Altman. We got Phil Espa. We got Sky. What's going on, Sky? We got Blue Ock Pussy screaming at the top of her lungs. We got Faye Summer. We got Commander Sonok. We got Raza over on Rumble. We got Romanizer 24. We got Moogle. Voice in the Water. Marius. Matthew saying, hello, please. We got Yamato 85. Yes, it is Mouse P.I. for higher time very soon. Very, very soon. King Dimmiwing says, YouTube keeps telling me my chat disconnected. Bro, they're trying to stop you, King Dimmiwing. They're trying to stop you. They say you're too overpowered. You got your own emoji and shit. You're way too overpowered. We got Sleeping Nova. We got Toxin. Hypno's the top 1%. Yeah, no. Not even close. We got Scamp. You're shitting on my bed? Guys, let's have a real serious one-on-one conversation really quick, okay? Hold on. Do I got to get close? All right, let me get close. Listen. How the fuck have you guys not burnt this fucking cat alive, okay? In Minecraft, YouTube, in Minecraft. How have you not burned this Scampus to the ground? Why is this thing still here? And now it's shitting in my bed. It's shitting in my bed. Like, are we good? Are we not gonna, you know? I thought you guys I really thought you had my back. This fucking cat needs to be felted. Burn the cat. Moving on. Black Tailgate. What's up, man? Nick Havoc. What's going on, dude? The fourth wall guy. What's going on? Papa Stitch. We got Magdy 32. Monkey Man 04. Cap the Killer Guns. Melody Johnson. Yamato 85. We got King Demon Wing. What's going on, man? We got Draconic on Rumble. We got Denarier on Rumble. He's lying, by the way. We got Timothy. We got a kicking Danitz. What's going on, dude? Oh my God, I was gonna call you Googer Damas. Googer. Googer. Oh shit, Googer. Googer Damas. Goo. Oh man, I tickled myself. Gooner Damas. What's going on, Gooner Damas? How you doing, brother? We got John D. We got Sheep City and saying, okay, calm down. Listen, man, I'm just saying the truth. All right, I'm just saying the truth. We got Fighter 4. If only Super Chats counted for a tax write-off. Brother, if Super Chats counted for a tax write-off, oh my God. Oh my God. What a different world we would what a different world we would live in, man. All right, 4 more people. Let's go, man. 4 more people. Then we got to get on with the show, man. We got to get on with the show. Am I going to play Pragmata? I don't know, chat. Am I going to play Pragmata? Yes, I am. But I'm going to play it after Mouse P.I. for Hire. So Mouse P.I. for Hire is going to be first. We're going to finish that game, and then we'll play Pragmata. 4 more people. Let's go. Who do we got? Zalosi over on Rumble. What's going on, man? Voice in the Water. We got Les Sport. Wait, what? I haven't paid taxes since 2019. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Les Sport has been using me as a tax write-off with all those memberships. No. He's like, money? I don't have money. No, money no aquí. Go to that spick over there. He's got the money. I don't got the money. Bro, since 2019, my guy, that's crazy, brother. Oh, my God. It's insane. We got FaZe Summer. We got USMC. What's going on, dude? Over on Rumble. You haven't paid taxes in 7 years. Jesus Christ, man. I want to be like you guys. Man. Last but not least, who do we got, man? Dade 404. Panther questioning whether or not he's here. Old Man Cad. He says he's $4,500 lighter. Damn, that sucks. The Backbone EJ8. Antran. Dan Sheehan. And we got, who else is here? Steph and Mike. And who else is here? Sam Fisher. Damn. Buying up a whole bunch of fucking games. And Adair Soto. All right, boys, listen, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow bigot army member. Let's do what's going on, Fast Wheel Gaming? How you doing, brother? Who is it going to be? Who's getting the final call-out money shot on a Wednesday? Ladies and gentlemen, who is it going to be? Let's find out. We got Mr. Melancholy saying, booty hole protected by the power of Retsu Unohana. No furries, no oil, no Brie Larson. Feet, specifically, to go down by 8. You owe $100,000 in back taxes to Uncle Sam. One's your cheeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Holy shit.
Brother, you had an opportunity to take out the scampus. You had an opportunity to take out the scampus, but you didn't give any direction. This is not protection. This is also not deflection. All you're saying is a name. All you're saying is a name. You wasted the opportunity. Oh my God, man. Congratulations, Ron DFK. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
Monster kill.
Congratulations. I cannot believe he fucked up that golden opportunity. What a great opportunity to take out the scampus. And he didn't do it. He didn't do it. That breaks my soul. God damn it, man. All right, boys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today. All right, let's go over some of the topics we got planned for the day. And then on top of that, we got some announcements, boys. That's right. That's right. We got some announcements, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great time. First off, we're going to be talking about all the cope that's been happening lately. All right. We're going to talk about the cope regarding Crimson Desert because PC Gamer wrote an article that everybody's laughing at. And to be honest with you, I kind of feel like compiling all of these articles and making an actual video going over the cope that the industry has anytime a video game that's not what they want to see as the norm be successful. The amount of excuses they come up with, the amount of gaslighting they come up with, the bullshit they come up with, the targeted attacks that they come up with. And it's so funny because they accuse us of doing that. They accuse us of doing that, which is hilarious. But here they are, where they're trying to say that Crimson Desert is 1 month in, and apparently Crimson Desert doesn't know what kind of game it's trying to be. What the fuck you mean? It's trying to be a fun game. That's all it's trying to be. I think I'm going to end up making a video most likely, so stay tuned for that regardless. But we're going to talk about that today. We're also going to talk about IGN coping because IGN, just like PC Gamer with Crimson Desert, they are also coping, but they are coping about Mouse P.I. for hire. We're going to be talking about their review because I don't know if you guys are aware, but while everybody else is giving Mouse P.I. for hire high scores, 8, 9, all that stuff, IGN said, yeah, you know what? No, it's a 6. It's a 6. It's actually worse. It's worse than fucking Concord, according to IGN. They gave Mouse P.I. for hire a 6. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Arc Raiders getting investigated. You're probably wondering what the fuck's going on with that. Well, it's nothing serious. Arc Raiders is actually being investigated by an actual criminal scientist, apparently, where he wants to study the player habits of the people playing Arc Raiders and basically who is violent, who is not, and why people choose violence. I don't know. It's an interesting study. Kind of want to talk about that. So we're going to go over that as well. We got a Craft On update we got to go over. We got a story about Graveyard Keeper we got to go over. We got the Prince of Persia remake coming back. But not in the way you're probably thinking. Not in the way you're probably thinking. We're also going to talk about Ashes of Creation because apparently Riot Games was looking to buy Ashes of Creation, the MMORPG that is currently in a massive lawsuit right now. I did a video on it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Apparently, they wanted to buy that MMORPG for over $200 million. And this is also while they're working on their own MMORPG, by the way. Kind of funny when you think about that. We also got to talk about Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. We're going to talk about Winrose if we are able to. And we're going to talk about something that's going on with a Chinese esports commentator named Zaza or Zaza, something like that, where they're trying to accuse her of blackface. And I got to be honest with you. I'm really fucking sick and tired of the weak people on the internet. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's just like, really? This is what she's trolling you. Anyway, we're going to talk about that and many more things. But first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of things. Yes, we got to thank the pre-stream legends. Yes, we're going to do a membership train because I do have a video and a song to go with the membership train now. All right. And it's very, very, very gay. All right. According to the poll, 36% of you say that it's super gay. 12% of you say it's ultra gay. 34% of you say that it's Dylan Mulvaney gay. And 18% of you say that we are base because we are men. And it's not gay. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to do a membership train in a minute. We're going to have some fun with that. I'm trying to raise memberships on the channel because not only does it support the channel, but apparently I have like 10 more emoji slots that I haven't unlocked for like forever because YouTube's gay and hides them behind memberships. So I'm doing what I can. But before we do that, boys, I got an announcement. All right. So this is going to be fun. My mods, my mods already know what's going on. Okay. You guys remember I said that we're going to take the waifu battle to an extra step starting this month, okay? And that's exactly what we are doing. Now, I know some of you don't participate in the waifu battle because it either happens too late in the stream, or you think it's cringe, or you think it's gay, or you don't want to super chat, whatever the case would be. It's fine. It's totally fine. You can still enjoy the experience anyway. We are going to be hosting a waifu battle tournament, okay? We're going to be hosting a waifu battle tournament where we are going to have 16 waifus from the same series battle it out for supremacy to see who is going to be the number one waifu standing at the end of it all for their particular series. Today, we're going to announce the start of the first ever waifu battle tournament, and this one is going to start this Sunday. It's going to start this Sunday, okay? It's going to be a good time. There's going to be some rules and regulations behind it, and we'll talk about that later because we got to get into the show. But the first ever waifu battle tournament is going to be none other than this. And by the way, they're going to be fighting for this trophy. I made a trophy. I made everything. Here we go, boys. The first ever waifu battle tournament. Let's go. That's right, boys. That's right, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the One Piece Waifu Battle Tournament where 16 waifus from One Piece are going to battle it out. Team Piece? Yeah, I know. 16 waifus are going to battle it out in a interesting competition. And I will name all the waifus right now so that you guys can see who is going to battle it out in this interesting little waifu battle championship we're going to have here. They're going to be fighting for the trophy, the One Piece Champion Waifu Trophy of 2026. So starting us off on the left side, we got Boa Hancock, Raiju Vinspoke. We got Viola, Perona, Khalifa, Yamato, Monette, and Nico Robin on the left side. On the right side, you have Nami, of course, Makino, Ulti, Charlotte Pudding, Hina, Koala, Uta, and Nefertari Vivi. These are going to be all the waifus that are going to be battling it out right now. Well, not right now. This Sunday it's going to start. But regardless, these are the waifus that are going to battle it out. And we're going to have one battle every day until there's ultimately a winner at the end of every single one of these. So do not miss Hypnocast, because every Hypnocast starting on Sunday until it's over is going to have a waifu battle going down throughout the entire stream, where we're going to decide who is going to be the winner for that day, and they're going to move on in their bracket until the end. So it's going to be it's going to be a good time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good time. And what are they fighting for? Well, the waifu that wins is going to get this cup. Let me bring it up on screen so you guys can see it. They're going to get this cup, ladies and gentlemen. The One Piece Champion Waifu 2026 Cup. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait. So listen, man, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So do not miss Hypnocast starting this Sunday. You shouldn't miss it anyway, goddammit. But listen, don't miss it starting this Sunday. It's going to be wild, man. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be a good time. I can't wait to see who's going to win this one. I have my thoughts. I have two waifus that I think are going to win. I'm not going to say it because ultimately I don't want to jinx any of these waifus. But I have two that I think could potentially win. But I guess, the chat will prove me right or wrong. I guess we'll find out. And then after the One Piece Waifu Championship, we will take a little break, and then we will do another tournament later down the line. So it should be fun, man. It should be fun. All right, boys, listen. Now we got to go take the extra step and thank the people that go above and beyond every single day. The pre-stream legends. Who has gone crazy today? Let's find out. We got Mr. Melancholy with it too. Says, cope harder, IGN. Coping, and seething. Thank you so much, Mr. Melancholy. I appreciate the two. Thank you, brother. We got Raza with 2 months. Says, summoning Kiryu and Rumble. Come pick up the memberships. And then she gifted 5 memberships over on Rumble. Holy shit. The chat screen. And considering that is the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. Shout out to Raza for the 5 memberships, keeping Kiryu alive yet another stream. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And then we got Marius with the 2. Pre-ordered Pragmata. Let's go. Nice, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Let me know. Let me know. We got Secret Final Boss for 21 months. Says Blackjack. Sorry, didn't have something more clever for 21 months. That's okay, because 21 months is a long fucking time. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Black Tailgate with a 5. There's something special about a song that you can rock out to and have no idea what the lyrics say. Dude, I do it all the time. I listen to some music that I can't even understand a single fucking lick of a word they say. But it sounds good, and that's all I care about. Shout out to Black Tailgate. Tanya with a 2. I have a damn hangover. Tanya's alive, ladies and gentlemen. She's alive. It's so crazy. I saw Tanya's comments on my live stream yesterday earlier this morning when the live stream was obviously already over. And all I saw were comments like, what the fuck happened last night? I regret nothing. I love your channel. I don't care. And I'm like, dude, holy shit, what the fuck? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Shout out to Tanya. Then she says, I got fooked last night too. Oh my God. Did not need to know that, Tanya. I did not need to know that, man.
Monster kill.
I did not need to know that. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, man. Tanya. Thank you for the 2. Thank you. Tanya with a 2. Did I use protection? Oh my god, I don't know.
Monster kill.
Oh my god, man. Tanya, go to bed. Go to bed. That's all I could say. that's all I could say. Yeah, exactly. This is a Wendy's. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Dar today with the 5 membership banger in the chats. Shout out to Dark today. Thank you so much for the 5 memberships. I appreciate that. Starting a membership train with Raza. We're gonna do a membership train in a minute. Merv off Twitter 2. Thoughts on the BS flagging on New Blackstreet. I talked about this the other day. I'm not sure if it is the quartering. I know people want to say that because that's like the thing right now. But based off what I saw and what got flagged, there was nothing quartering related that got flagged. Now, obviously, it could be people that don't like New Blackstreet that's flagging them for whatever reason. Who really knows what's going on with that? But I will say this, though. I think people underestimate YouTube's AI and how absolutely shitty it is. Take that from someone who is currently, or I should say who was, under a strike from YouTube for supposedly hate speech while being on Saturday Night Hypnosis, and we're talking about Fable. Apparently talking about Fable was hate speech according to the YouTube automatic AI. You know what I'm saying? So it's like YouTube's AI has been completely cracked out lately on bullshit flagging. And all I see on Twitter, aside from the quartering stuff, all I see on Twitter are people talking about how they've been demonetized, how their channels have been shut down, how their videos are getting flagged, and YouTube is always responding with their bots, but they're never doing anything. You know? So who's to say? Realistically, who's to say? But at the end of the day, unfortunately, they appealed it and it just got immediately denied because it's AI moderating AI. Right? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think too much flagging has fucked up the AI, probably. So we'll see. But thank you for the 2. I appreciate it, man. Yamato with 8 months. Gundam Waifu Battle, Sailor Moon Waifu Battle, Dragon Ball Waifu Battle, Mega Man Waifu Battle. The possibilities are endless. Yeah, we could definitely have tournaments for all kinds of series. It's gonna be fun. We'll do them. We'll do them every we'll do it every once in a while because we have standard Waifu Battle we have to do, and then we're gonna do tournaments as they go through. We got Toxin with a 189. I did not fook last night. You want to know why you didn't fook last night? Because every time somebody tries to sleep with you, all they hear is, "That's it." How can you have sexual relations when all you hear is this? That's crazy, brother. That's crazy. Change your battery. Change your battery, Toxin. Love you, Toxin. He's gonna kill me so much, man. He's gonna kill me so much. Anyway, all right, boys. Let's go to Rumble. Teacher Conic with $1. I think super chats and memberships are counted as tips up to $25,000 in the U.S. Last I know, they're not. They're not, unfortunately. Trust me, I looked into that. They're not. We get fully fucked no matter what. So, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, boys. Are we ready for the membership train? We got to do a membership train. We got to wake people up, man. We got to do a membership train and wake people the fuck up before we get into the topics. We already caught up on YouTube and Rumble. Are we ready to wake up? Are we ready to wake up? I got a video. I got a dance segment. I got all kinds of shit. Are we ready for the literal membership train? What are we doing, man? Gray Soul with a 5. So you're going to do 20s all year round, and then when March comes, Waifu March Madness? I know your plans. That sounds like a lot, bro. I don't know if we're gonna do a March Madness, but we'll see. Let's have some fun with this tournament first. Let's see who wins this one, and then we'll go from there. It's a lot to put these tournaments together, especially when you're a one-man show. Like I don't have a bunch of people working for me. I'm a one-man guy. The mods help out greatly. Elder Crawler says you're the sleepy one. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Raza says she started the membership train. She wants everybody to know that. All right, well, there you go. But the question is, who's going to finish it? Are we ready? Remember, there's lag. So you better get started now if you're going to participate. There's lag before I play this clip. The official membership train clip. Let's go. I'm going to put the chat. Actually, hold on. I'm going to put the chat on screen for this. So you guys can see your comments on the bottom right during the membership train. Let's see if this lights up. I don't know if it shows memberships in that little square box. I don't think it's going to show Rumble, but it might show YouTube. I don't know. I'm not exactly too sure. But regardless, you could at least see your chats on the bottom right. So that'll be good. Because I won't be able to speak during this little dance segment that we're about to do. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Membership train. Let's make it a good one, and then we'll start the show. Are we ready? Wow, Genetic Explorer says YouTube blows donkey dick. Wow. Wow. YouTube, you guys are going to take that? Holy fuck. All right, choo-choo time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, membership train. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, all aboard the membership train.
Lights up, first spark, first flame, name after name, rushing down the frame. Midnight code, Hypnocast alive, every little badge like a battle cry. I see the counter climbing, tick, tick, tick. Everything's a promise we keep. From the lurkers hiding in the shadows to the ones who never sleep. Ride the membership train, let it roll through the night unchained. Every gifted heart, every flashing name. We ascend on the membership train. Side by side, we're breaking the chain. Turn the screen to a burning campaign. From the first to the last, remember the name. We are Hypnocast. Membership train.
That's right, boys. That's right. Gay as fuck. You guys are right. 37%. Holy shit. John D snuck one in at the last second, man. What a membership train. Hey, let's call out the people that went crazy during the membership train. It went crazy over on Rumble and YouTube. Jesus Christ, man. That's a good video clip. Thank you. Thank you. We all know you can't dance like that. Yeah, I can't because I have 2 size 13 shoes. What am I gonna do, brother? What am I gonna do? I'm not trying to be dancing like that, man. Even Tanya Raven stuck with it. All right, let's call out the people, man. We got King Demon Wing. King Demon Wing with the 10 membership mega banger in the chat screen. Shout out to King Demon Wing with the 10 membership mega banger. I appreciate that, brother. He was waiting for that. He was waiting for that. Why am I not surprised? Thank you so much, brother. We got Black Tailgate with the membership. I appreciate that, Black Tail Rate. Denner became a member on YouTube. Look at that. Look at that. It's amazing. Benjamin Altman with the membership. Thank you, Benjamin Altman. I appreciate that, man. Kicking Danitz with the membership. Thank you, sir. And then Denner decided to throw in a membership on his own over on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate that. John D threw in a membership as well over on YouTube. I appreciate that. And then Tanya Raven threw in a membership over on YouTube. Shout out to Tanya Raven. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much. And then for a 2, she says, my apologies about last night. Oh, stop. Stop. We just wanted to make sure you were fine. That's all. Again, I don't like getting drunk super chats from people. I've said this so many times. I can't even count. But at the end of the day, I know you're a grown ass adult. You're going to do what you want. And you're probably not going to listen to me. But I need to at least make sure I put it out there that, hey, you come first in the situation. So I would prefer if you don't do that. And then you come back when you're sober. And if you want to donate when you're sober, that's fine. But you know what I'm saying? But I can't control people. It is what it is. Like I can't physically fucking stop you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could ban you, but then you're going to go into a drunk rage and that's not right. That's not right. So, But I appreciate that, Tanya. Thank you so much for the 2. Nobody, no, we're all good. We're all good, Tanya. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're fine. Rumble, we got Deidre Connick with the membership. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Genetic Spore with the membership. Thank you. Thank you. We got Panthera with the membership over on Rumble as well. Thank you, Panthera. We got Y2K Cowboy with the 5 memberships in the chat. Shout out to Y2K Cowboy. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. And then Viovis gifted a membership over on Rumble as well. Thank you, Viovis. I appreciate that as well, man. Thank you so much. Old Man Cat says, what about high donations? I don't want any of it. Like, I would prefer, if somebody is obviously like blatantly drunk, I'd prefer 0. I don't care if I make less money. I've said this so many times. I can't even, like, again, you could go back to my older streams. I don't give a fuck. I would prefer less money. That way I know, like, if you donate a high amount, you did it in the right mindset, you know? That's me personally. I understand most YouTubers won't give a fuck. They'd be like, hey, bring it in, let's go, bring it in. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, no, I'm good. How about on-toilet donations? I will take an on-toilet donation. I will definitely take that, though, for sure. I will take that. A massive shit donation, for sure. You want to send $500 to the toilet? Do it. Do it. Do it. All right, boys. Are we ready to do this, man? Phrasing. Let's get into the content, man. Let's talk about what's going on. All right. What are we going to start with? Let's start with the bullshit that's going on with Zaza, whatever her name is. I have no idea who the fuck this girl is. We got a post from Pirate Nation. And this is for, it says it's so ridiculous what's going on. It really is. It really is. So it says a Chinese esports commentator named Zaza for the game Naraka Blade Point came under fire from some fans. Under fire. Anytime I see somebody coming under fire, I got to be honest with you, I almost never believe it. I always imagine it's like a small group of people that are complaining about something really stupid. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, under fire. They criticized her shorter outfits, which stood out compared to her male co-host's full coverage clothing. Zaza replied that she picked her outfits herself and felt no pressure from the production team. So naturally, people thought that an adult girl dressing a little bit more on the attractive side must have been pressured to do so, because there's no way she would want to do that on her own. Right? There's no way she would want to dress a certain way on her own. No, absolutely not. It's got to be the producers. It's got to be those dirty producers. So she replied she picked it out herself. She had no pressure from the production team. And for the next broadcast, she decided to troll people. And she appeared completely covered in black from head to toe, with her face painted black as well. So if we look at the original photo, this is her as she was initially dressed. And apparently, according to the internet, this is too sexy. According to the internet, this is too sexy. Like, this is too sexy. Okay. Sure. Right. Now listen, at the end of the day, I think this outfit's fine. I don't think it's anything crazy. Obviously, nobody had a problem with it that was working there, because if they did, they would tell her, hey, you can't wear that. Right? They would say, like, hey, you should probably put something else on, if they had a problem with it. They clearly didn't. Okay. She literally has a fucking tie on, brother. What do you see? Legs? You can't control yourself to the point where you see legs and you got to just go crazy. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, so people pretend they have a problem with this, right? People pretend like this is such a, oh my God, this is terrible. Whatever, right? You know what this is? This is ugly bitches complaining that this girl dressed too hot for them. That's really what it is. It's ugly women out there that are angry that she looks good in her outfit. And so they try to pretend like she was being oppressed by men, and that apparently this outfit must have been coerced somehow, some way. Whatever. Anyway, they're literally looking for problems, right? So here's the thing. she decided to troll, and I think this is really epic, by the way. She decided to troll, and the next time she showed up on screen, because of all the people complaining about how good she looks, she showed up like this.
Monster kill.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Now, listen, respectfully, that's actually pretty fucking hilarious. I think this is great. And I think that this was the right response, right? This is the response that you should give to people that are complaining that apparently you are too sexy. Like whatever this is too sexy. It's unbelievable. It really is fucking unbelievable, brother. Like what world do we live in that a girl who's dressed like this is apparently too provocative? I don't know. It must be a world with a lot of angry feminists. So she decided to come out in fully blacked out gear. No legs, no arms, no nothing. Fully blacked out. Her face was blacked out too. But now the problem is that she went from, oh, you're too sexy, to now you're racist because you're doing blackface. That's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say that she is now racially insensitive and racist because she's doing blackface. They're actually trying to make it sound like this is equivalent to actual real blackface. This is not blackface. Anybody with a brain knows that this is not blackface. But at the end of the day, they're still going to call it racist. This is why it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. To the people who are terminally angry online, who are miserable in real life and are looking for any way to make themselves feel better, you are never, ever, ever, ever going to make them happy, regardless of what you do. You can clothe, like if they say you're dressed too sexy, you can make yourself ugly. It doesn't matter. They're still going to do it anyway. They're still going to find something to complain about somehow, some way. And again, anybody with a brain knows that this is not blackface, but they're still going to make it seem like blackface anyway. And I think most people that have commented, look at this, my queen with Vegeta. Most people understand, oh shit, I didn't see the video. Wait, what's this?
不装了，我摊牌了。今天渣渣的无极帝国返场是我干的。老姨，我以为在 NBPL 解说席上能看见渣渣返场镇山林已经是极限了，没想到前几天老姨在渣渣评论区许的愿，今天竟然成真了。我们渣渣直接化身无极帝国长公主，潜入解说席。
I like how she sneaks out. She sneaks out from the corner. It's like watching Splinter Cell and fucking Sam Fisher's coming out from the corner like, you don't see me. Whatever you do, you don't see me whatsoever. Nobody sees anything.
你看给225乐的，这给孩子憋坏了都。你要说别人穿正装解说是敬业的。
Yo, he put his head down in shame. Wait, rewind that. Look. He put his head down in shame. He's like, oh no, we're getting canceled. We're getting canceled immediately. Oh no.
你要说别人穿正装解说是敬业的话，那到我们渣渣穿 cos 解说，那肯定是。
It makes it worse because her teeth are so pearly white, right? Her teeth are so, he wants to laugh so bad. Her teeth are so pearly white, and the way she's looking at the camera, she's looking at the camera like, okay, complain now, bitch. Complain now, bitch.
是真喜欢。你也别说我们渣渣好不容易淑女一次啊，又在搞抽象了。这次抽象淑女我们全都要。是谁说我们
Damn, look at the difference. And you know what's so funny? People are still looking at the left, and you know what they're saying? Wood. They're absolutely saying wood all day long on the left, just like they were on the right. Although they probably say it more on the right, but still, you get what I'm saying.
NBPL 赛事没给女解说穿衣自由的啊？就这句话放到现在，打不打脸？要老姨说啊，这才是我们 NBPL 赛场上最亮丽的一道风景线。我建议啊，其他解说老师们也不要吝啬，适当 cos 一下热门的英雄。
Yeah, anyway, I mean, at this point, I think that like these comments are all saying, everybody's calling it out, right? Everybody's saying fans in quotations. We know it's not fans, right? Let's not pretend it wasn't angry, jealous swamp hags. Literally everybody's calling it out for what it is. We all know that it wasn't fans that have a problem with this. No fan of this particular show is looking at this and saying, oh my God, this is so terrible. You're dressed too sexy, or you're dressed as a racist blackface. Nope, nobody's saying that. All it is people that are angry that she was too hot and it made them feel insecure. They decided to pretend like they actually cared enough to complain. They complained. She saw it. And instead of saying, oh my God, you guys are right, I'll cover up for you, she decides to do that, but then troll you about it. I think that's the perfect response. China's esports PR team tomorrow morning. Bro, China doesn't give a fuck. You think China's going to cancel this girl because she's wearing black makeup on her face? You think China gives a fuck? Brother, China had a commercial, a washing machine commercial, where they had a Chinese woman, or it was Japan, one of the two, I don't know. Regardless, they had a Japanese or Chinese woman with a black guy, and they took the black guy, put him in the washing machine, and he came out as Asian. Brother, you think they give a fuck? They don't care. They don't care. All they hear is this. That's it. They don't give a fuck. Anyway, regardless, this is pretty amazing. Honestly, it was hilarious. It was Japanese. Yeah, I knew it was like Japanese or Chinese. Regardless, the idea is the same. They don't give a fuck. They really don't care. Dress code hypocrisy got exposed, and she trolled it perfectly. She didn't fight, just deleted the entire playing field. Yeah, basically. That's what's going on. So, hey, good for her. Can I find that video? You never seen it before? Bro, it's like it's so old. It's internet legend. If you YouTube it, I'm sure you could find it. But yeah, they don't give a fuck. They're just absolutely laughing, and they don't care. So good for her. I think that's definitely the response to give to people like this. And yeah, nobody cares. That's basically it. Nobody actually cares. All right, let me take this off really quick. I didn't realize I had the comments on. I'll leave it on for that. That's fine. Japan will bring the funniest people around. True. Let me catch up on donos. We got Hypno Flip Shazam with a 2. My pants are having a problem right now. I think you and a lot of people, brother. You and a lot of people. You think the ad was Chinese? I don't know. Was it Chinese or was it? Now you got me curious. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. How do I look this up? Asian black man washing machine commercial. Will that work? Holy shit, that worked. It was Chinese. Oh shit, it was Chinese. It was a Chinese ad. It was Chinese. Oh shit. Oh shit, it was Chinese. Hold on. Copyright. Fucking music. Copyright. So annoying. So annoying. Bro, this ad is so fucked up. Yo. Oh my God. I'll never forget this commercial ever, bro.
Holy shit.
What a fucking crazy commercial this was, bro. Oh my God. Bro got purified. Yeah. Bro got purified, man. Oh, that was so good. So good. All right. Anyway, let's get to the next topic, man. Let me X that out really quick. Where are we at? Let's talk about Wu Chang. Ironically, let's talk about China. So we're going to talk about China in a negative light right now because I got to tell you, man. So it's so crazy because we got so we got the story with First Berserker Kazan the other day, right? With First Berserker Kazan, we come to find out the team got dissolved, and then like the team got spread around to other parts of the company, and then the CEO came out and said, no, it didn't get dissolved because of bad sales. It got dissolved because we needed them in other parts of other projects, whatever. Anyway, the point is the First Berserker team got dissolved, right? Wu Chang Fallen Feathers was one of my favorite Souls-likes that I've ever played. Okay. You guys know I cracked out on Wu Chang Fallen Feathers when it came out last year. I cracked out so much on the game that I actually beat it before they nerfed it, right? Because that was my biggest issue with this game. Two biggest issues, right? Number one, the censorship after the fact, because of the Chinese players were complaining because you could apparently kill some of the NPCs and that just wasn't allowed. You know, I guess they were like super prominent Chinese figures and they were all complaining about that. And number two, they nerfed the fucking game. They made a lot of bosses easier. They made a lot of areas easier. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is one of those games where the exploration is probably just as brutal, if not more brutal, than the actual bosses. Like, when I got to the bosses, it really wasn't that big of a deal until the later bosses. But then the exploration, the levels in that game kicked my ass, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was amazing. It was so much fun. So, but apparently Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, that team is reportedly also gutted, right? Because apparently the studio lost its director and now they're basically gutting the team. So this is a pretty major problem. It really is. It sucks because Wu Chang was doing so well, right? From a sales perspective in the beginning, Wu Chang was doing pretty good at the beginning. But then they started to censor it and they started to nerf it. And then word got around and then the game fucking died because of it. All because Chinese players were angry at the lore perspectives of the game. It's like, why are we doing this, man? I cannot stand that they did that. But ultimately, the combat in the game is super fun. I did the dual wheel build, had a great time with it. It just really is. It really is unfortunate that this game is dying because people got offended. Essentially, that's really what it is. They got offended over the story, and they got offended over the fact that some of these NPCs are killable. And it's so terrible because I didn't even want to believe that it was real. And then I ended up loading up the game, fighting a boss, and then before the boss would die. But now the boss, all they would do is they would kneel down on the ground. They'd be like, "Oh, you bested me. You can move forward now." It's like, what the fuck is that? What is that? That's gay. That's awful. You know, so it was really annoying. But unfortunately, it seems like Lean Z has been dissolved, so we're probably not going to get a sequel to this game at all. Eurogamer highlights a report from Save Point Gaming, corroborated by Chinese outlet Gamer Sky, claiming that Wu Chang director Zi Xuan was dismissed sometime shortly before February 2026. Remaining Lean Z developers were reportedly offered outsourcing work or shifts to other projects, but when the majority of the staff declined, the team was allegedly shuttered entirely pending redistribution within the broader organization. I'm going to tell you this, man. If China wants to compete on the AAA scene, which I know they want to, because with the success of Black Myth Wukong, that made all of these Chinese companies come out the woodwork and start trying to make AAA games. If you want to compete on the AAA scene, you can't be doing this shit. You can't be nerfing your game like crazy, especially a game that's meant to be difficult, like a month after the game releases. You can't be changing the fucking story of the game because it offends Chinese people. It really is annoying. Now, listen, I know there's a lot more politics involved. I know there is, right? Because a lot of people were claiming that the reason why they made the changes was because of Chinese government intervention and all that stuff. Whatever the reason may be, if you're going to do this shit, people are not going to like it. And it's going to make people wary of your games when they're already wary as it is, right? Everybody always says, oh, it's a CCP game. You know, like people say that about Chinese games all the time, even if they're good. They'll be like, oh, it's a CCP game. It's spyware, all that stuff, right? So at this point, it really is going to, it's going to cause a problem for people looking at your games to potentially buy them, especially on day one. Otherwise, your game goes right into the bargain bin. All right, people aren't even going to look at your game, and they're going to wait until it's on sale for like $10 or less, and then they'll maybe they'll buy it, you know? But unfortunately, that's seemingly something we have to deal with Chinese video games. And it's actually pretty funny because Chinese players have actually been very vocal about a lot of things they don't like, and they'll review bomb. They'll go crazy. You think other people go crazy with review bombs? Bro, you don't got shit on Chinese players. Chinese players have review bombed a lot of video games that didn't match what they were looking for, whatever that reason may be. They'll just flat out fuck your shit up. So I don't know, man. I know, I understand that they have to kind of walk on eggshells, I guess is the way to say it, but I don't like it. I don't like what's happening with these games, and I really did enjoy Wu Chang, but unfortunately they fucked it over. So that game is most likely not going to get a sequel, unfortunately. Jason Allen's over the two. You need to look up Trunk Monkey commercials. That sounds terrible. That sounds bad. I don't think I'm going to do that. Future Boy says, walk on egg foo young shells. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine a Chinese Kotaku. Oh my God, bro. Kotaku's bad enough. Kotaku's bad enough. Imagine them. Oh my God. All right, let's continue. Let me X out of that. Let's talk about League of Legends. Well, not really League of Legends. Was that a smoke detector? I have no idea what you're talking about. Why do you keep saying you hear a smoke detector? I don't understand why you keep saying you hear that. That's not. There is no smoke detector. There's no smoke detector. So I did a video the other day talking about Ashes of Creation, and when talking about Ashes of Creation, there's so much legality bullshit that's happening right now with this game. It's unbelievable. The stuff that's coming out is insane. Okay. However, one of the things that came out recently, and ironically, this information came from, what's his name? Steven, what's his name? The fuck's this guy's name? Steven Sheriff. This information actually came from Steven Sheriff. So apparently, there was a legal court document that was posted the other day from Steven Sheriff's defense team, where in this document, they said that apparently there contains an email from Riot Games to Steven Sheriff, who was the co-founder at the time of Intrepid Studios, and John Moore, the company's CFO. The outfit behind League of Legends was humoring an acquisition of Intrepid and the fantasy MMORPG for a total sum of between $250 and $500 million. Okay? So why do I find this to be so interesting? It's because, in case you guys are unaware, Riot Games has been working on an MMORPG for a while now. They've been trying to develop their own MMORPG. They're trying to develop their League of Legends universe into multiple other video games. They have a fighting game that's out right now with their own League of Legends characters that isn't doing too well. And they also wanted to develop it into a MMORPG. That's what they wanted to do, right? So they've been working on that for a while, but even while working on that, they still were entertaining the idea of spending $250 to $500 million to buy this game. That's how big this game was. That's how successful the idea of this game was, which is actually insane when you think about it, because Ashes of Creation was completely privately funded for the most part. It was a Kickstarter game. It didn't have any major kind of backing at the beginning, and then actually, like, all the money came in, and then, you know, it became huge. But still, the idea of $250 to almost $500 million for this game, it shows just how invested they were in this game. But it never saw the light of day, right? But it is in the email. It is in the email. It is black and white. Then it's also mentioned the plan was to support Ashes of Creation for decades, just to further compound the optimism surrounding the project. Steven Sheriff provided a statement on the ongoing litigation surrounding Intrepid's alleged misappropriation of funds. He says, I know the public discourse around me, Intrepid and Ashes, has been flooded with knives-out narratives driven by a coordinated defamation campaign orchestrated by the opposing parties in my lawsuit. That is ballsy. You're in the middle of the lawsuit. You're in the middle of a lawsuit, and you're going to accuse your opposing party of running a defamation campaign against you. That's interesting. Do not mistake noise for truth, according to him. So anyway, pretty interesting stuff. But like I said in my video, in case you didn't see my video, go watch it. But like I said in my video, the only people that get fucked here, the only people that get screwed here are the gamers. The people that gave all this money to this MMO, the people that really wanted this game to exist, the people that were excited for this game, the people that were playing it on Steam, the people that were playing it in early access, they're the ones that get fucked by this. They're the ones that get fucked by the greed of a few people at the top, whether it's Steven Sheriff, whether it's the board of directors, whatever. Like, they get fucked. And it's unfortunate. And this is why, like, Kickstarter supports, you'll never see me supporting a Kickstarter, man. No matter how much I may want to sometimes, I will never do it, because I just know, like, most of them just don't see the light of day. Odin Dark with a 5 says, goes to show that politics ruin entertainment worldwide. Even China was never safe from it. Well, I mean, China especially, because the government gets involved in a lot of shit, especially a lot of media coming out of China. So it's not really surprising to see politics getting involved in a Chinese video game, especially since China is now on the map when it comes to AAA games because of Black Myth Wukong. They tried to do it with Black Myth Wukong too, by the way. It didn't go very far, but they tried. But Black Myth Wukong was a really respectful, I guess you could say, interpretation of the journey to the West. So regardless, it's interesting. Let's talk about Prince of Persia. Oh man. Let's talk about Prince of Persia. Guys, have you seen that the Prince of Persia remake is back? Have you guys seen that? The Prince of Persia remake is back. Let me share the Prince of Persia, in case you guys forgot which game I'm talking about. The Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time remake. Okay, the one that had very, very questionable characters, right? Remember that? Let me see if I can find a picture. They scrubbed a lot of these pictures from Google, ironically. I find it interesting. But all I can really find, I guess, is this thumbnail here. Let me see. This thumbnail. Open image. Yeah, right here. Okay. So remember this. Remember that? The Prince of Persia remake. Remember this one?
Holy shit.
So apparently it got canceled by Ubisoft, right? It got canceled by Ubisoft, in case you guys are unaware. I reported on that when it happened. But apparently it's back. Apparently the Prince of Persia remake is back. But it's not back in the way that you're thinking. And it's not back in the way that I was initially thinking either. So apparently the Prince of Persia remake is being made now by fans. Yes, I'm not kidding. People wanted the Prince of Persia remake so bad. Well, some people anyway. They wanted the Prince of Persia remake so bad that apparently they're now going to attempt to do what Ubisoft couldn't do despite 6 years of trying. They're going to release a Sands of Time remake themselves. They're going to do it themselves. Now, immediately I'm thinking in the back of my mind, guys, the legal implications. How exactly can this work, right? So immediately right off the bat, I see them using legal language because they're trying to classify this as a mod, right? They're trying to classify this as a mod for the game, not an actual game itself. So that's one way they're trying to avoid a legal implication. Basically, you're going to need the original game in order to utilize the mod that's going to transform it into what I guess the remake's going to be, right? But regardless, I feel like Ubisoft, considering that they canceled the Prince of Persia remake, I don't think they're going to take too kindly to somebody trying to remake the game with a mod on their own time. I feel like they would be very petty with this. I don't think they would actually want to do this. But they're coming together, and it says the long-delayed Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake was among the projects canceled as part of Ubisoft's major reset earlier this year. Now, with no official revival of the PS2 era classic in sight, fans have taken matters into their own hands, announcing their own community-built Sands of Time remake. The Prince of Persia community has come together to create its own project. Following the cancellation of the Sands of Time remake, the developers exclaim in their announcement, this is not a traditional remake, but a large-scale mod aiming to replace most 3D models with high-quality assets and introduce global illumination through path tracing technology. The project is still in early development, and the community is still seeking 3D modelers, texture artists, and programmers to bring it to life. In other words, don't expect to be able to play the remake for yourself anytime soon. This is a non-profit project focused on long-term development without strict deadlines, so it relies on community members devoting their spare time to it. Listen, I respect the hustle, you know? I respect the hustle. I definitely find it interesting, depending on how far they're going to go with this, but this is going to be no short undertaking. I will say this. I don't think Ubisoft would cancel it out of some like protection of their copyright. I think that Ubisoft would cancel it to protect their ego from embarrassment. That's what I really think it is. I'm not even kidding. That's what I really think it is. I think Ubisoft would want to stop this, cease and desist it immediately, because they don't want to be embarrassed by a bunch of fucking basement dwellers that are going to be doing this mod in a short amount of time, right? Because Ubisoft had an entire team of hundreds of people working on this remake, and they couldn't get it done in 6 to 7 years. So imagine if a bunch of people in their homes make the remake in just a year or two. They're going to be completely embarrassed, right? So at this point, I think they're probably going to want to shut this down. This was just announced, I think, today or yesterday. So they really don't have a lot of time to react to this yet. So stay tuned in the future for a potential announcement from Ubisoft that they might actually take this down, because I think they will. Future Boy says, do fans really love Santa Time this much? I guess, but I think what it is that there was so much rumors going around about a Santa Time remake for such a long time that people got their hopes up, I guess, or there was a lot of hype behind it. I really don't know. I don't know, but Santa Time is one of the more liked Prince of Persia video games, so I'm really not that surprised, right? But anyway, we'll follow up on this story and we'll see if Ubisoft is going to do anything about this. But considering they're labeling it as a mod, I don't know how they're going to go about it. We'll find out. We'll find out. People did like the Sands of Times games. They did. All right, let's talk about Arc Raiders. Guys, Arc Raiders is being investigated. All right, they're being investigated, but not in the way that you're thinking. Arc Raiders is being investigated by a criminal scientist. I'm not kidding. Arc Raiders, apparently the studio, was contacted by a crime scientist who apparently is intrigued by how players are interacting. The developer says only 30% of players focus on PvP. It kind of blew the whole extraction shooter wide open. I got to be real with you. I don't know what to really make of this, right? I don't know what to really make of this, because I want to question why, but at the same token, I also understand the potential reason as to why. But my thing is, like, what are you going to do with this information? What are you going to, like, are you going to collect people's data? Like, what are you going to do? Anyway, Arc Raiders developer Embark Studios was once again contacted by a social scientist. Wait, what do you mean once again? So they were contacted before? I didn't even know that. They were contacted before this by a social scientist struck by the petri dish of human behavior presented by the game. This time, a criminologist who, not unlike the devs themselves, was interested in the surprising number of friendly players who have taken a vow of peace in a genre notorious for cutthroat competition. As The Guardian reports, Arc Raiders executive producer Alexander recently heard from a criminologist, someone who studies crime and or criminals under a branch of sociology, who was really intrigued by how players are interacting with each other. Are they trying to, like, figure out how to get people to go against each other or something? Is that what it is? Are they trying to study people's behaviors in Arc Raiders to see how they could get people to kill each other in real life? I don't know. Yes, I understand Secret Final Boss. I know that they're probably studying to write for some sort of fucking thesis or something. I get that. I'm just being stupid. But still, like, it's kind of interesting stuff. But in any case, this follows the prominent professor in neurology who reached out to the Embark CEO and now Nexon created boss Patrick, saying, listen, you have no idea what you've built. Forget about the game itself. So they had a prominent professor in neurology reach out to Embark about all this stuff. That's interesting stuff. That's interesting. They already know how to do that. Yes, that's true, but they can always be better. He also shared new and interesting data that gives those peaceful interactions some color. He reiterates that what many Arc Raiders devs have said, that the volume of friendly players caught us a little bit by surprise. But in a good way, he adds that it kind of blew the whole extraction shooter open, because it doesn't always have to be about conflict with other players. Just yesterday, Bungie announced big changes for its own extraction shooter Marathon, which very openly promotes friendly interactions, and it certainly feels like the game is taking cues from Arc Raiders. Who said you can't make friends on Tau Ceti? Bungie asked. The answer is Bungie. How friendly are Arc Raiders players really? First, solo players are more friendly on average. According to Grundle, while teams of 3 are more likely to engage in PvP. Anyone who's played Arc Raiders solo and then in a group can also tell you, and probably feel in their own hearts, that the modes have very different rules of engagement. Well, because when you're by yourself, you have to rely on yourself. So if some people aren't confident in the ability to kill another player, then they're going to do everything possible to not engage, right? They're going to want to limit the amount of engagement that they have to deal with. Whereas if you have 2 other people with you, everybody always feels more braver in a group, right? You're not so concerned about your own personal skills because you're with 2 other people. That's naturally how it goes, right? Even in real life, that's how it goes. Grondel says only 30% of Arc Raiders players actively focus on PvP. Another 30% focus on PvE, and the remaining 40 are somewhere in the middle. But overall, roughly 20% of players have never knocked out a single Raider, while nearly 50% have fewer than 10 KOs. Officially, you don't kill other Raiders in PvP, but rather knock them unconscious and take their stuff. You know, with bullets. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that at this point, Arc Raiders, it is kind of shocking how people don't want to engage in PvP as much as it seemed in the beginning. Because remember, in the beginning, everybody was talking about how we need a PvE mode, and all this shit. People were trying to change the game. They were really trying to change the game from what it was. And it's so funny that naturally it just became more softer over time. Now, that could be because the hardcore PvP players got bored. Maybe they left, right? But ultimately, people ended up getting what they wanted anyway, to an extent. So, in any case, interesting stuff. Not exactly sure what they're going to do with this level of research that they're supposedly doing. But yes, a criminal scientist actually is looking into Arc Raiders. Very interesting. You sure a professor's thesis can bring in hundreds of millions of dollars? Yeah, probably. Probably. I studied this video game and found out that most people are psychopaths. something to that extent. Let me catch up on dodos really quick. We got, I already read this one. Odin Dark, thank you for the 5. Ali Kusanagi with the 5 membership banger in the chat screen. Shout out to Ali Kusanagi continuing the membership train from earlier. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much, brother. You're a fucking legend. All right, let's continue. There's nothing on Rumble. Let's get to the next topic. Guys, Craft On, really quick. Got a follow-up story. A follow-up story from yesterday I want to cover very fast. Craft On. I talked to you guys yesterday about Craft On, where apparently their names got removed from the publisher listing on Subnautica 2. Okay? They were still listed under franchise, but they were removed as publisher. Very interesting stuff. It was given back to Unknown Worlds, and a lot of this was probably tied to the lawsuit that's going on between Craft On and Unknown Worlds and the original CEO and all that stuff. Well, they came out and made a statement where they said that they're still supporting the early access launch of Subnautica 2, despite its name being removed from the Steam page. Just so you guys are aware. Let me scroll down and show you here. When reached for comment, a Craft On representative told PC Gamer that Craft On is currently focused on successfully supporting the early access launch, of Subnautica 2, and that it has nothing else to share. So, I think at this point, what's happening is that they have been removed either by the judge or some sort of like internal confidential agreement. I don't really know. They've been removed completely from like an overarching control stamp. Like basically all the control has been given back to the old CEO. All the control has been given back to the old CEO, and they've been given back to Unknown Worlds. Craft On essentially doesn't have control anymore over the game, and now it's up to Unknown Worlds to get the game out there in early access when they said it was going to. Right? That's what I'm taking from this. What's up, Tosi? How you doing? That's what I'm taking from this. I think Craft On has been put to the sidelines. They still own the company. They still own Unknown Worlds. They still technically own Subnautica. But I think they've been pushed to the sideline and basically told to back the fuck off and let the CEO get the game out. At least that's how I'm taking it anyway. Whether or not that's true or not, who really knows, right? But apparently, as for real Subnautica 2 early access release date is still to be determined, thanks to an extension from the judge, the CEO Guild doesn't have to launch the game until September 15th to be eligible for the $250 million bonus at the center of the lawsuit. So he has until September 15th. He has until September 15th to release this game in early access. So I think that he's going to probably take advantage of every single day that they possibly can take and then release the game in early access probably like on the 14th. Can you imagine if he was being a dick and released the game on the 14th? That would be hilarious. It really would be. But he is going to be, he is basically fully in control. That's how I take this information. So we're going to see what happens. Obviously, we got to follow up on this as time goes on. But in case you guys are not aware, Subnautica 2 is currently the most wish-listed game on the entire platform of Steam. That's how much is riding on this game. I understand people are pissed about what's happening with it. I understand people are pissed about all the drama, the legal bullshit, everything. But Subnautica 2 is currently the most wish-listed game on the Steam platform. That is fucking bonkers. That is bonkers. So, needless to say, there's a lot of people that want to play this game. Okay? And if you look at the numbers, let me see if I can bring up SteamDB really quick. If you look at the numbers, Subnautica, where is it at? I want to show you guys something. So, the original Subnautica, okay? There's a lot of, these kind of games, it happens like this all the time, where they start off small when they first come out, right? They start off small, nothing too impressive. And what they do is they grow over time, right? This game initially started off, I guess, in early access of some kind, and then eventually had its full release, right? In 2018. This is the original Subnautica, right? 2018, it released to a concurrent player count of about, I can't even fucking see because it's not letting me see. It's so gay. It's a high amount. It's probably like 10,000, whatever. But over time, over the years, this game has sold anywhere between 7 million to 13 million copies. That's a lot of people. Just like with Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight started off really small when it first came out, and then through multiple sales over the many years, it garnered a fan base, and then the sequel did gangbusters. I think Subnautica 2 is also going to do gangbusters. If you look at it right now, the free weekend has 31,000 concurrent players playing the game right now. So I think that there is a big fan base for this. I know they also have Below Zero, Subnautica Below Zero. This one didn't do as well. People don't like this game as much. You can clearly see it didn't have that same level of growth. But even still, about 3 million copies, right? So 3 million copies here, over 10 million copies with the first game. A lot of people like Subnautica. So I'm not surprised to see Subnautica 2 as the number one wishlisted game on Steam. Literally, number one in top wishlist. That's fucking bonkers. That's bonkers. So we'll see how this goes. But as I mentioned, the publisher is no longer Krafton. It is now Unknown Worlds Entertainment only. Krafton is listed as the franchise owner, I suppose. And we'll see what ends up happening from here. But I got to be honest with you, man, with all the turmoil that this game has been going through, I don't know if people are going to forgive and forget that quickly. Maybe they will. It's definitely still going to do crazy numbers. But you know what? Hold on. I haven't checked the Steam forums on this game in a long time. Let me see what people are saying on the Steam forums about this. Let me see. Is there anything interesting? We always got to go to the Steam forums because, man, there's content gold in the Steam forums usually. How many can we count to before the early access? I'm starting one. Wait, what? Oh, early access release. Okay. Good news, everybody. What's this? Krafton is currently not listed as a publisher for Subnautica 2, which comes after the judge ordered Krafton to reinstate the Unknown World CEO, etc., etc. Okay. Wait, what? This does not mean Krafton is no longer... Okay, good. I wanted to make sure he's not lying to people. Krafton is not publishing the game anymore. People are following this. People are following all this information. Like, they're very invested. Krafton refused to pay the bonus after all. Liar. Korean just refused to pay the bonus they promised. Liar. It actually, it's so crazy. They bringing it back to the Ashes of Creation thing. I don't know if it was Ashes of Creation or I don't know if it was this. I want to say it was Ashes of Creation, but one of these studios. You thought I was saying Krafton? No, Krafton. One of these studios, I think it was Ashes. It was just revealed recently that the CEO or like the whoever, one of the higher ups, basically utilized. I think it might have been this. It might have been actually this. I forgot who did it. One of these CEOs, they basically used Chat GPT. I think it was this to try to figure out how they could fuck over the people who are currently in charge and then take over the company and take over and take over the game. It might have been this. It was this. I think it was this. This dumb motherfucker. It was this, right? Yeah, it was this. He put in Chat GPT, bro. The judge found that out. Oh my god, felt it. He put Krafton CEO put in Chat GPT. He was like, how can I successfully basically ruin the chance to have to pay a $250 million bonus? And how can I successfully take over this game in the meantime? Or something like this. It's like, bro, are you serious? You're insane. You're absolutely insane. So anyway, all that stuff came out in the lawsuit, and I just think it's kind of fucking funny to be honest with you. But in any case, we're gonna follow up on this story as time goes on. But it's crazy. There's so much going on. That's cosmic levels of stupid. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sky says, like, I just want to play this game so bad and support the devs, but I don't want to support Krafton at the same time. Like, it's crazy, but I want to play it. Yeah, I mean, listen. At this point, if you enjoy Subnautica, the people that are currently behind Subnautica 2, if you want to support the game, support the game. Like, Krafton, at the end of the day, there's no going back. Like, they own it now. Nothing you do is going to change the fact that they own it. If you want to support Subnautica and you want to, support the developers, then buy the game when it goes in early access and do what you got to do. It's not going to change anything at this point. That's like asking ChatGPT how to get away with murder. Exactly. So stupid. But anyway, let's get into the next topic, boys. Let me X this out really quick. Subnautica is just a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Let's talk about the cope. Guys. So there has been a massive level of cope. Okay. There's been a massive level of cope surrounding two certain video games right now. The first video game we're going to talk about is Crimson Desert, because the journalists are not happy at the success of this video game, because God knows they tried, right? They sure tried. IGN tried by giving the game a 6. All right, everybody and their mother tried to take down this game. In all actuality, a lot of people over on Twitter also tried to take down this game as well. They all failed, by the way. Kind of similar to Hogwarts Legacy. They all failed. They all failed miserably. They failed so much to the point where Crimson Desert has successfully managed to hit 5 million sales in just the first 30 days. As a brand new IP, by the way. 5 million sales in its first 30 days. Providing constant updates, improvements, everything, drawing in new players. It is absolutely killing it, right? Absolutely killing it. Not only that, here's how we're going to make things even more hilarious. Crimson Desert is actually on track. And this is funny, by the way. They're on track to overtake Starfield's total lifetime copies sold by the end of the year. By the end of the year. Crimson Desert is going to surpass Bethesda's latest big boy video game by the end of the year. And they did it in way less time. That is a big oof, right? The reason why this is a big oof is because, remember, a former Bethesda executive came out recently, and I did a video on this. He came out recently and said that they demand respect, right? They demand respect for what they do. They're so amazing at what they do. They demand respect. That according to them, nobody else is doing what they do. Nobody else is doing what Bethesda does. You're right. You're actually right. Most people are trying not to release a broken game. They may not succeed, but at least they're trying not to. You guys just don't give a fuck. So you can fuck off with your, demanding of respect. But according to them, nobody does what they do, right? And here you have Crimson Desert doing what they do, but better. And apparently it's going to overtake their latest major RPG and video game by the end of the year. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I think this is a glorious thing. I think the cope is through the roof. I think that Bethesda's looking at this, and trust me, Bethesda's got a lot of money. Okay, they got a lot of money. Although I'm sure Starfield cost them quite a bit. They still got money. They got backing. They got Microsoft. They got all that shit. But at the end of the day, I just know that Todd Howard and every single one of these egotistical developers over at Bethesda are looking at Crimson Desert and saying, that should have been me. The amount of envy that they probably have looking at Crimson Desert saying, it should be me, is probably through the fucking roof right now. And then to make matters worse, they're not even Western developers that did it. Right? These are not Western developers. These are Eastern developers. It makes it even worse for them. It makes them sick. It makes them all sick. You want to know why it makes them sick? I'm going to explain to you. Because they're coping and seething. The journos and Access Media are coping and seething about this game even 1 month later. They don't understand how it's still so successful. How? We did our campaign against it. We told everybody how terrible it is, how boring it is. 30 days later, you got PC Gamer's Molly Taylor, who has written some certified bangers on this website. She says, it's been a month since the release, and I'm still not sure if Pearl Abyss knows what it wants Crimson Desert to be. Lady, let me bring you back to reality really quick. Lady, Crimson Desert, Pearl Abyss knew exactly what they wanted Crimson Desert to be. This is why Crimson Desert was so successful. They knew exactly what they wanted it to be. They wanted to be a high-value, fun, open-world sandbox video game where players can jump in and get lost for hours upon hours upon hours and not have to worry about looking into a store, getting basically nonstop fucking bothered by DLC requests or in-store microtransactions. They wanted to make a video game that was an open-world sandbox that people could jump in at any given time and experience all the content for one price. That's it. That's what they wanted it to be. Now, I understand she's talking about the gameplay mechanics and how it has a little bit of... Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? And you know what? She says this. The player base says jump and Pearl Abyss says how high. How is that a bad thing? That's exactly how this fucking industry should be. The people that are out there spending their money on your products that you are trying to sell to them, you bet your ass if they say jump, you better ask how high, because that's how you become successful. See, the problem is you guys are looking at all the criticism. You're looking at all the information that's coming in. You're saying that the gamers are the problem. You're not the problem. Pearl Abyss said, oh, you guys have problems with this? You know what? You're right. We're going to fix this right now. We'll get it out to you within a day or two. That's how you do it. Or Pearl Abyss said, you know what? You guys really like this broken feature? Listen, this was not planned. All right, you're not supposed to be able to fly like this. You're not supposed to be able to do anything. But you know what? You guys like this so much. We're going to add it as a feature to make you happy. So yes, the player base says jump and they said how high, and they met us every single time. Every single time we had an issue, they met us right at where we said the issue was. They never once ran away. They never once blamed you, the player. They never once did any of that. They said, you know what? You guys are right. We're going to fix this. We're going to work on it. And if we can't fix it within 48 hours, we're going to tell you exactly when we can fix it and what we plan to do. And that's what they've been doing. That's literally what they've been doing. So, again, guys, at this point, Pearl Abyss has proven to all of us, and especially the journalists, that we are the customers. And the problem that the journalists don't understand is that they forgot that. See, the thing is, the journalists, they live in a world where they pay for nothing. They pay for nothing, right? They live in a world where they get all their codes for free. Most of them, anyway. Some games they don't get, like Nintendo probably. But they get all their codes for free. They get all the swag. They get all the fucking merchandise. They get all the collector's edition, everything for free. Everything gets given to them. They get flown out. All this shit. They live in a world where they pay for nothing. So they feel like since they get it for free, that they have to maintain a certain relationship in order to get that stuff for free, because otherwise, how do you get it for free, right? You don't want to have to start paying for stuff. Oh my God. They live in that world. Everybody else lives in a world where you have to pay for the video games that you consume. So naturally, when you pay for something, you're going to be more curious about the quality of something that you just paid for. If you're getting it for free, well, you don't care. Not as much anyway. Here's the thing. PC Gamer and other journalists like them, they know what's up. They know what's up, right? Nothing has been more obvious than Crimson Desert is a single-player game created by an MMO developer, then its patch cadence and rapid evolution. The game has changed so much in a little under a month as Pearl Abyss has pumped out an absurd number of updates. Quality of life changes, bug fixes, implementing new features. Stuff that I would expect to arrive weeks or months post-launch have instead been patched into the game within mere days. That's because they're working. They're working their fucking ass off. They're not Western developers that are more worried about going to Starbucks and getting their drink for the third time in a day. They're buckling down, they're grinding it out, and they're making sure that they get rid of all these problems as fast as possible. Because the faster you get rid of a problem, the less likely it's going to stick around in terms of people's minds, and it's going to ruin the experience. Less likely it's going to ruin the experience. The faster they fix it, the better. They know this. They're not Bethesda that's going to sit on an issue for 6 months to a year, and by the time they fix it, it doesn't matter because a modder fixed it within days. You know, they're used to the modding community saving their ass. With Crimson Desert, it's something totally different. So they're able to do that. Western studios and Eastern studios have a different work ethic, a different mindset. Completely different. But again, I guess the journalists don't quite understand, you know? But I'll tell you this. I don't really care that it's such a big open world sandbox game. I like that. I like that Crimson Desert is such a big open world sandbox game. You know? Lime Green says Crimson Desert still trash, though. It's clearly not. It's clear you can dislike the game. But to say the game is trash is actually factually fucking incorrect. Just straight up. It's factually incorrect. But regardless, you can not like the game. That's fine. You're allowed to not like the game. At the end of the day, this game has proven to multiple different people, and myself included, by the way, because I was very hesitant about the game. I felt like it was promising too much. I felt like it was promising way too much. I felt like Crimson Desert, when I first looked at it, I'm like, how are you going to do all these things? Is that even possible? And then come to find out they did. They proved me wrong. And I have more respect when developers prove me wrong than anything else, right? Like if a developer can prove me wrong, I'm more likely to just go above and beyond to respect your game, you know? And that's exactly what they did. They proved me wrong. I wouldn't say 100% because there were some things that I was right about, but for the most part, they proved me wrong so much that I was like, damn, man, this game is crazy. I was just fucking blown away, completely blown away, you know? So I respect that. And then on top of that, too, I mean, they go crazy in fixing the game within hours. Hours? That's insane, bro. So the work ethic is I respect that work ethic. I respect what they've been able to do. So for me, that sandbox experience, I love it. And again, I want to reiterate, the thing that sells me the most on this game is the fact that they promised no microtransactions in the game. They wanted everything to be for one price, and they kept that promise. At least for now. At least for now. And the amount of content that's in the game, the shit that's in the game is fucking insane. I just ended up paying the other day. Hold on one second. Sorry. I had to respond to a message, sorry. The other day, when I was playing Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, okay? When I was playing Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, you know what was the first thing? And keep in mind, I actually like that game for the most part, but the first thing that was put literally on the screen when I was in the game was the store. I think I still have the screenshot. Hold on. I think I still have the screenshot. Give me a sec. I had sent it to Leon, Kada, I sent it to all the guys because I'm like, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Hold on, I might still have the screenshot. Let me look. Let me look. I might still have the screenshot. Let me go through. I screenshot the store and I'm like, this is what I'm fucking talking about, boys. Like, this is the issue that I have. Because this is the kind of shit, if Crimson Desert was made by Ubisoft, it would be a totally different story. Right? It would be a situation where they would try to nickel and dime you for any little fucking thing. It's disgusting. It really is. Hold on, I'm trying to find the screenshot. Give me 1 second. I have to show you this. It's wild. It's fucking wild. I can't stand it. It was like they had packs for every little thing. Bullshit packs for every little thing. Damn, man, I can't find. Oh, I found it. Hold on. Guys, look at this. Look at this, bro. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, brother. This is a single player game. This is a single player video game. And the first thing that I am greeted with is the store. And we got a fucking Neytiri Avatar premium longbow for 800 points. We got the Forest Serenity pack for 1,100 points. We got a fucking Jake Sully assault rifle for 800 points. We got a mount for 1,700 points. And literally all of this would be free in Crimson Desert. All of this would be free in Crimson Desert. It is free in Crimson Desert. Not only that, in the patches that they had recently, they added even more stuff. They're like, hey, you want more outfits? You want more mounts? We added some legendary mounts here. Here's some mounts. Have fun. Bro, this is crazy shit, my guy. This is crazy shit. So the ideology, the difference in ideology between companies is mind-blowing. So when people are like, well, why do you go so hard to promote Crimson Desert? Is because Crimson Desert is what gaming needs to return to. I'm not saying every single video game needs to be an open world sandbox video game. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that offering a full value for the price that you're asking needs to become the norm again. It needs to become the norm. I'm sorry. The fact that we got away from full value video games not becoming the norm anymore and them taking content out of the game to sell us as day one DLC, that shit needs to stop. Straight up. Or taking away content and then selling it in fucking bullshit packs like this, brother. Bullshit packs like this in a single player game? Nah, man. This is why I go so hard, because they said they were going to do something. They actually did it. And they did it above and beyond, I think, most people's expectations about the game. I mean, on top of the fact that I love the game, I think the game is great, don't get me wrong, but it's also what the game means to the overall gaming scene. So I think that needs to be the norm. This shit right here, what I'm looking at, this shit needs to stop. It's fucking bullshit. It really is. I can understand you do this in a free-to-play game. Totally understand. I can even understand if you do this in a live service game, even though that's fucking gay. I can understand you doing that because you got to keep paying for the servers. Fine. But you're doing this in a single player game, brother. Brother, you are full of shit. Straight up. You are full of shit. So anyway, so when I see articles like that from PC Gamer and other journalists, I'm like, yeah, okay, they're coping. They're coping. How do I know they're coping? Because, well, we're going to go over another story about Mouse P.I. for Hire now. So you guys know Mouse P.I. for Hire is coming out soon, right? Mouse P.I. for Hire is coming out soon. It's coming out tomorrow. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. I hope it's good. But some people have already said that it's trash, or that it's not good, or that it's slightly above average, or even worse, above all of that. That apparently Concord is better. That apparently Dragon Age the Veilguard is better. That apparently all these other video games, like Avowed, is better. All these games are better than Mouse P.I. for Hire. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about IGN's Mouse P.I. for Hire review. We're going to go over IGN's Mouse P.I. for Hire review. But before we play the video, ladies and gentlemen, they decided to give Mouse P.I. for Hire a 6. They were like, yeah, it's just okay. Mouse P.I. for Hire is an amusing enough FPS if you just want to blast some cartoon mice and not think about it too hard. But its haphazard marriage of noir storytelling and boomer shooter action are at odds in uncomfortable ways that weaken both aspects. Now, obviously, I'm not surprised by this in the slightest. It's fucking IGN, boys. Let's not sit here and pretend to be surprised at their stupidity. But let's go over this and see what they have to say about the game. Here we go.
Story, neo-noir, classic pulp, you name it, I'm buying.
Okay.
So when Mouse P.I. for Hire sauntered onto my screen the way Ilsa walks into Rick's in Casablanca, I was pretty excited about it. But noir isn't just an aesthetic to be thrown on like an old coat as you're leaving your office at the behest of a leggy blonde. While Mouse P.I. for Hire clearly understands the style and tropes of classic noir films and novels as well as 1930s cartoons more broadly, it doesn't seem to get why those things are there or how they're used to tell compelling stories. By fusing a hard-boiled detective mystery with a fast, retro-styled FPS, developer Fumi Games has made a shooter that is thematically incoherent, with the apparent aspirations of its story contradicted at every point by the actual action. Of all the Steam libraries and all the PCs in all the world, Mouse P.I. for Hire walked into mine. And I wish I liked it more than I do.
It's over. You got nowhere left to run. I run toward the dream.
Why do I
Future.
why do I not believe him when he says I wish I liked it more than I did? Why do I not believe that? And it's so funny because I was looking at his review and he was complaining about, I don't know if he's going to say it in the video, but I'll tell you what I read in his review real quick. He was complaining about the fact that in a Mouse P.I. for Hire game, a literal game based on mice in a world where everybody's a mouse, he was complaining about there was too many cheese puns. I'm not kidding. He was complaining about the fact that a mouse video game was making too many cheese puns. Yeah, I don't know, bro. At this point, I don't know.
Ruled by big mice.
Mouse follows Jack Pepper, a private eye in a world where everyone is a mouse, after Wanda Fuller from the Mouseburg Herald sets him on the case of a missing magician.
I can give you more than a crumb, Jack. I can give you a magician.
As you'd expect, that spirals into a much bigger conspiracy that includes an attempt on a mayoral candidate's life and racially motivated mouse-on-mouse violence as bigger mice oppress the smaller shrews.
My buddy got nabbed for just being a shrew.
Same as it ever was, even in Mouseburg, and the requisite twists and turns you'd expect from any good detective story make this tale solid enough.
I was in too deep. Way deeper than I signed up for.
What bothers me, however, is how overly referential so much of it is. The world is full of mice, so everything is about cheese. Everything. A bad guy, he's a cheese legger.
These
You see? Complaining about everything being about cheese, but you're in a world about mice. That's the joke. Jeez.
cheese leggers in on the shrew racket.
Run into a lady mouse with a sultry voice? It'll be described as
Gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter.
someone need to assure you they're telling the truth.
Swear on my mama's cottage curds.
This is charming initially, then it never stops. Everything is a reference to the fact that everyone is a mouse and mice like cheese, and when it's not, instead it'll be a reference to an old cartoon, or the fact that this is a video game.
When you jump, just act like you didn't.
I should have probably guessed the former when one of the first things I saw was a steamboat named Willie, but at least that and the reference-heavy power-ups are cute. Constant callbacks to classic films or other video games? Not so much. And it doesn't end there. A boss fight in the sewers? It's a literal alligator because of course it is. If you're looking for the cheese-liking foreman, Jack will quip that he doesn't look like much of a boss,
More like a mini boss.
and then laugh at his own joke. The voice actors
So this game, yeah, I'm Brick too, right? As he's complaining about the game, I'm sitting here like, this is fucking awesome. So he's complaining about there being too many puns. He's complaining about this game that is trying to be a more lighthearted video game. It's just look at the style of the game. If you were expecting a super serious noir experience, you're not going to get it here. Just look at the fucking game. You know? But he's complaining about apparently there being too many mouse puns, cheese puns. Everything is centered about being a mouse or cheese or whatever. It's a fucking mouse game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't go into this not expecting that. Am I crazy? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm probably crazy to be fair.
Led by
Probably.
Troy Baker, do an admirable job with what they have, but nothing in Mouseburg is allowed to just be. It has to be a mouse reference or a literally cheesy one-liner.
Cheddar, what's wrong with Gouda?
No good if you broke, Jack.
Or a reference to something else.
Ticket seller, I'm going on a perilous journey, so I need your strongest tickets.
It's hard to care about anything in Mouse P.I. for Hire because it never stops making jokes about everything.
Here's Jacko.
It just
Because that's the kind of fucking game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I honestly crazy for saying to myself, looking at this game, looking at the screenshots, looking at the gameplay, and saying to myself, yeah, I don't think this game is gonna have like a super serious tone to it. I don't think this game is gonna have like an ultra serious fucking tone to it. I'm not gonna look at this and expect like a super serious story. Like, bro, what? Brother, relax. It is a mouse video game. It's trying to bait you with the nostalgia of fucking Steamboat Willie and just mice in general. Like, what do we... I don't understand. I don't know.
wants to remind you of other better things. Surely that's enough, right?
Time to find someone higher up. He's squeezing till they suck.
At least the shooting is better. This is the latest in a wave of boomer shooters inspired by old school FPSs like Doom or Quake, and it's a decent one at that. You start with a pistol in Jack's fists, but you'll soon acquire a shotgun, dynamite, a James gun, which is just a Tommy gun, and more unique stuff like the Devarnisher, which shoots what looks like Elmer's glue that melts the flesh from your enemy's bones, leaving only a skeleton. Throw in stuff like a double jump, dash, spinning tail for hovering, and a slide, and Jack's got some stylish moves when the bad guys show up. This ain't Quake, but it does feel good. It doesn't hurt that all of it, from reload animations to random conversations, is rendered in an absolutely gorgeous black and white mix of sprite work and 3D models. The world building may be thin, but Mouse P.I. for Hire is still dressed to the nines. Even here, though, I have issues. Weapons can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the audio kick of a pop gun, and there's a strange disconnect to seeing something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint.
Well, because it's a cartoon. Like, it's meant to be like the old school cartoons. What do you think? The old school cartoons have fucking Counter-Strike sounds? Do you think they had the Half-Life fucking shotgun sound, brother? What do you think? You're gonna hear fucking multi-kill?
Monster kill!
You're not gonna hear any of that, bro. It's a cartoon shotgun. Even the Tommy gun sounds like little pellets. It's supposed to be like that. Brother, are you playing this game expecting, like, I don't know. I don't even know what you're expecting. What were you expecting when you played this game? I don't get it.
The white of the world with black ichor that spews from his neck.
That sounded great. What I literally just saw here, he blew off the mouse's head. That sounded great. That was a nice pop. Sounds better than I thought it was going to sound, to be honest with you. What's the problem?
Enemies mostly come out of doors marked with a skull that you can't enter, robbing these areas of anything remotely resembling a sense of place. Levels also really like to pull the "we're gonna lock you in a room and throw baddies at you until they're dead or you are" shtick a little too much for my taste. None of this is game-breaking. The combat is fundamentally good enough to carry you to the end of the roughly 12-hour campaign, but sometimes it feels like being at a show that's never quite bad enough to leave. And at least on the normal difficulty, health items are so generous there's rarely a challenge. Like any good boomer shooter, there are plenty of secrets to find. Newspapers, weapon up.
A journalist talking about rarely a challenge is actually kind of hilarious when you think about it. I just think there's like a level of irony there. Like, oh, I wasn't challenged. These are the same outlets that are demanding boss skip options and difficulty settings. But yeah, I just wasn't challenged. Okay, sure.
Grade schematics, baseball cards, and so on. Fragile walls to...
Is there difficulty options in this game? Does anybody know? I don't know if there is, but...
blow up, and even lock safes to open with your tail, which pulls double duty as a lockpick. Some of these locks are on a time limit, or must be solved in a limited number of moves, and you only get one shot at the good stuff they hold. Others are so easy you could probably solve them by letting an actual mouse run across your keyboard. It's very jarring.
That looks cool.
Once you're done with the level, it's back to the hub, which
I kind of like the lockpicking, the way that looked. That's pretty creative, to be honest with you. I like that.
encompasses Jack's office, the local bar, store, weapon.
Unironically, he's selling me on the game. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but unironically, he's actually selling me on it.
an upgrade shop, and so on. My favorite thing here is the baseball card minigame where you can play at the bar. You'll switch between pitching and being at bat, and using the cards in your hand, players and abilities.
You'll switch from pitching to being at bat. Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of experience with that. My little dad joke. You like that? You like that? All right.
Try to score as many runs as you can. It's fun. What I like less is the whole being a detective thing, mostly because I never actually got to do it. Any clues you find will be pinned to Jack's caseboard, and once you get them there, Jack will just intuit where to go. No work on your part required. What's the point of being a gumshoe if all the answers are handed right to me?
Better check it out.
Oh my God, a journalist complaining about the answers being handed to you. Holy shit, what world are we in, bro? What world are we in right now? Yes, I know, I see the cards. The cards.
The call. Routine. Familiar.
That brings me to one of my major problems with Mouse P.I. for Hire. Look, I hate to be that guy who brings up ludonarrative dissonance in a video game review in the year of our Lord 2026. And if you're rolling your eyes right now, I can't blame you. But it's an actual issue here.
I'm rolling my fucking eyes right now, bro. I am rolling my fucking eyes. What are we about to have a conversation about right now? Oh no.
Jack Pepper is a PI who kills more people in a single mission than Philip Marlowe has in.
You know for a fact he loves being that guy. Anytime somebody says, I don't want to be that guy, they want to be that guy. They just don't want to get in trouble for being that guy. I just want to be very clear about that.
Every book Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are. A private detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse and then go about his day.
Sure he can. Sure he can. It's a fucking cartoon. He absolutely can. He absolutely can. It's a cartoon. In cartoons, crazy shit happens. In cartoons, people die and come back all the time. He absolutely can do that.
In one particularly nonsensical scenario, Jack inadvertently burns down an opera house to save a guy running for mayor, and he ends up fighting an opera singer and shoots her. Is she dead? Did I just kill an actress for being angry I burned down her workplace? If I didn't, have I left her alive and unconscious inside a burning building?
You are thinking too much about this. It is a cartoon. Cartoons have shit that don't make sense all the time like this. If you watch literally any old school cartoon, you see this shit. Bro, Elmer Fudd shot so many people. You think he was just going on a murdering spree? Come on, man.
Well, Billy Stone did get blown to Kingdom Come.
Mouse P.I. for...
So you're going to question... Hold on, let me get this straight. You're going to question why you could go on a murdering spree as a mouse in a cartoon video game, but then you're going to give Grand Theft Auto, guaranteed when it comes out, a 10 out of 10 and never once mention the murder sprees that you can go on. You're never once going to mention the fucking violence that you have in that game. You're never once going to mention any of that, but apparently the dissonance is too much in a cartoon video game. It's too much for you to understand. You're just not going to get... Come on, bro. Come on. You guys know for a fact they're going to give GTA 6 a 10 out of 10 so that Rockstar can send all their journalists nice collector's editions so they can feel really good about themselves. They're going to give it a 10 out of 10 glowing review. You already know it's coming. And they're never once going to mention anything about violence.
Hire doesn't tell me, and it doesn't seem to care either way.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
None of this is to say that noir cannot or should not be violent, but the violence usually has a purpose. Much of Elliot Chase's seminal...
Oh shit, it's lagging. That's the that's YouTube telling me enough of this
novel
shit.
Black Wings Has My Angel is about robbing an armored car, but the book builds to that. It's a big deal when it finally happens, and the characters have to reckon with the fallout once it does. Jack Pepper, on the other hand, is a walking catastrophe, and nobody in Mouseburg seems to care.
Yo, they got
he
Kane in the
largely
game.
gets to go about his business and is portrayed as a down-on-his-luck everyman PI, like the characters who inspired him, when he is, at best, a mass murderer.
You implying something, Mr. Pepper?
Me? Imply? Never. I just connect the dots.
Does that make for a more fun video game? Maybe. But it's bad noir and a worse detective tale.
All right, I think this guy was expecting LA noir, but with mice. I think that's what he was expecting. I think he was expecting something that was going to be super fucking serious. Ultra serious mode. It's like, okay, bro, can we relax? Like, do you even know what you're really playing right now? I feel like they just threw this game onto this guy. Like, hey man, nobody wants to review this game, so you go review it. Bro, what are you even talking about? I don't get it.
In the story as Mouse P.I. for Hire references, violence is an unfortunate but unavoidable part of the human experience that shatters the people it touches. Here, it's just entertainment, and that weakens the whole concept. But Will, you might say, this is a goofy Looney Tunes FPS. Why should I care about any of that? And the answer is because Mouse wants you to. It wants you to believe this is important. You spend a lot of time talking about these characters, about putting together the clues you need to get to the bottom of what's going on, about Jack's motivation for doing the work. He allegedly needs the money, which both leads him to taking...
Okay, so because the game has a narrative that it's trying to portray in a proper way, that's like a murder mystery or whatever the case may be, like the fact that it has a narrative, does that means it can't be silly? That means it can't have a silly gameplay loop to take you through the narrative that you're actually going to enjoy learning about? Brother, you sound young. Maybe you are young. You clearly never watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You never watched that movie. Because if you watched that movie, you would not be complaining about this shit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit actually tried to tell you a fairly serious story, but it did it in the most silly fucking way imaginable. Literally the silly way imaginable. To the point where there were people that were dying in that movie, or seemingly dying. Realistically, they probably got knocked out. There were cartoons that could die, right? With the green liquid. The cartoons they discovered that they can actually die. That was the only way that they could die. But at the end of the day, like it was done in a silly way, but it was still telling a serious detective story. You were trying to figure out who's the one who actually murdered Acme. That's who you're trying to figure out. Right? Which the whole thing comes from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know? The dip. Yeah, exactly. The dip. So this whole thing about, oh, you can't have a silly gameplay loop, but then try to tell a serious story. Brother, they've done this before. Literally, they've done this so many times. How are you going to sit here and pretend like this is anything different? This is literally Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the video game, just without color. That's it.
Cases and doesn't track when I'm super rich from all the killing.
Nonsense. You're drowning in debt, picking up small fries and petty cases.
All of that makes a lot less sense after you've gone to Tinsel Bros Studios and single-handedly eradicated the mob hanging out there, all while doing a bunch of Tomb Raider / Indiana Jones / Conan the Barbarian impressions, as everyone says you should be an actor.
So tell us, hero, what is best in life?
To grace some parm. Watch
that looks
the
so cool.
cheese melt and hear the joyful squeaks of my dinner guests.
Yes.
Give this guy a week on the job as chief of police,
The
and
Conan
Mouseburg would be the
reference.
safest city in the world because nobody would be left alive to commit crimes in the first
The handgun is fucking hilarious, bro. The handgun is hilarious with the 2 fingers and shit. It's so funny.
place. It's hard to buy into Jack as the regular guy who needs to gather evidence. I'm told he is when he just wiped out the local police department, you know?
The police arcade. We sure went big on this one.
Mouse P.I.
I can't
for
wait to
Hire
play this.
nails the aesthetics of both the 1930s cartoons and the detective stories that inspired it. That's also an amusing boomer shooter that largely feels good as you're playing it. But its haphazard marriage of noir storytelling tropes and shooter gameplay are often at odds with each other in uncomfortable ways that weaken both aspects. And the writing is so busy making references to other things that it's actually painful to sit through at times. This FPS is solid enough if you just want to blast some cartoon mice and not think about it too hard, but once you do, all you'll see are the seams where disparate ideas have been fused together, and no trench coat can hide the stink of that moldy cheese. For more, check out our reviews of Pragmata.
So you complain about cheese puns in the video game nonstop. You complain about how everything has to be about cheese and mice, but then you literally end your review with a cheese pun? Bro, with all due respect, you sold me on the game. You sold me on the game. Not that I needed selling. Not that I needed selling. I didn't need selling, but you definitely sold it. You sold it for me. It is all good. You took this shit way too serious. This video game is meant to tell its story in a silly way. We've seen examples like this before in many different cartoon iterations. I don't understand what world you live in where this is seemingly anything different than what we've seen before. I don't know. I think he was expecting LA Noire, and he got something that was a lot more lighthearted, and for some reason that upsets him. But anyway, I'm going to link the video if you guys want to check it out yourselves in the comments of this video when I clip it, and also in the chat right now so that he can get his credit. But yeah, I gotta say I highly fucking disagree. Highly disagree. Highly disagree. That is crazy, brother. Again, maybe if I never saw a movie like Who Framed Roger Rabbit or some of the older cartoons, older Disney cartoons, or even Warner Brothers cartoons, Elmer Fudd, all that stuff. Like, I don't know, bro. Who knows? Who knows? Let's catch up on supers. We got Mr. Melancholy with a 5. If Bethesda was a car company, they'd be out of business. If they want respect, put in some effort, stop writing on Skyrim and get a new engine. They are definitely writing on Skyrim for sure. They have been writing on Skyrim for a long time. Yeah, I said Elderfoot. I was talking too fast. I mean, technically, he is Elderfoot at this point. He is Elderfoot. But Elmerfoot, no. Demodulai with a 5. Sup, bro? X is on some BS. Got banned for saying Wait, what? Got banned for saying PDFs need a wood chipper feet first? Crazy. X is defending. Really? No shit. Damn, bro. That's to be honest, it's probably just like the violence thing, right? Because if you make any kind of violent post whatsoever, or what they deem to be violent, they'll auto flag you. They did it to me ages ago when I made a joke to Kata, where he was like, what did he say? He said something along the lines of like, I woke up too sad to even like jerk off or something. So I basically told him to go cut off his dick because he's not a man or something like that. And I got auto flagged for that immediately. Like the moment I posted it, my account got locked for 7 days. 7 days for that. So it probably was something that got you auto flagged. Are you permanently banned or you're temporarily banned? Are you temporarily banned for like 7 days, or like, let me know. Super Kitty 99 cents. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sky with a 2. Ubisoft would sell Abyss artifacts for oh my god, stop it. I hate the fact that you're so fucking accurate on that. Stop. Do not speak that into existence. That is so true. Jedi Knight with a 2. How do you hide a small horse? Mascarpone. It's crazy. We got UFO Omega with a 5. I bet this skin Flutus would cheer every proper use of pronouns a game going out of its way to mention it. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think about it, right? So if Mouse P.I. for Hire had any of the typical woke shit that you find in some video games, it would go from a 6 to an 8 minimum, maybe a 7. Maybe a 7. But those kind of things immediately raise the points, you know? Jedi Knight with a 2. What is a pirate's favorite cheese? Cheddar. Odin Dark the Third for a 2. This review is Kobe jacked up. What a cynical guy. True. Marius with a 2. Boomer shooter. Why do I feel insulted? It's because we're old. That's why. Alucard with a 2. Just pre-ordered this cheesy game. Fucking epic. Kratos Snape with a 2. This poor baby shoe. Oh, I'm sorry. That poor baby shoe. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Benjamin Altman with a 2. I sense he was under orders to rig this review. I don't know if he was under orders. I think they gladly do it on their own. I think you guys underestimate just how much they actually love doing that kind of shit on their own. So, Torinol with a 2 says, trick with Subnautica to follow the devs, not the publisher. True. I figure odds of a Subnautica 3 are high. But if the devs leave before then, support their next game, not the legacy they left. True. But if Craftdown owns Subnautica 2, don't they own Subnautica as a whole? I don't know. Deadeye's Lock with $1. How are they complaining about cheesing in this game when they can't even cheese past failure? I don't know, brother. Torinol with a 2. God would complain about a sitcom having jokes. Yup. He either doesn't understand the genre, don't quit your day job, or he has no funny bone. Well, that's the thing, man. His entire review is basically him saying like, oh, man, you know, this story is trying to be serious, but then I can't take it serious because I'm running around shooting mice with guns that sound funny. Bro, you are playing a cartoon shooter. It is going to sound funny. Yes, that's exactly what it's supposed to be doing. You're complaining to the game for doing what it's supposed to be doing. You want to play a serious fucking noir game, go play LA Noire. It still holds up to this day. Go play that. You could do all the seriousness you want to do. But anyway. Ali Kusanagi, 23 months down, 1 to go. Hey, 1 more month, Ali Kusanagi. Let's fucking go. Shout out to Ali Kusanagi, man. 23 months of legendary status is crazy. T-Jap says, we're $24 away from tier 1. Thank you, T-Jap. I appreciate that, man. Guys, really quick, for those of you that are watching, a couple of things. Number one, I announced earlier in the stream, but a lot of you weren't here yet. We are going to be having a Waifu Battle tournament that is starting Sunday. It's going to take place throughout the entire stream. We're having a Waifu Battle tournament. I'll play the trailer one more time. We are having a Waifu Battle tournament starting Sunday, where every day we're gonna have 2 particular waifus from the One Piece universe. 16 waifus total. 16 waifus total. 2 waifus per day are gonna battle it out to see who is the #1 waifu within the One Piece universe. It's gonna take place throughout the entire stream so that more people can have the opportunity to take part in it instead of it being towards the end of the stream. So we're gonna end up picking one waifu. It's gonna be fucking badass. It's gonna be amazing. Why is Luffy a waifu? He's not a waifu. He's promoting the trophy. You understand? He's promoting the trophy, man. So it's gonna be a good time. Do not miss it. So make sure you don't miss Hypnocast starting Sunday, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy. It's crazy, but it's starting Sunday. It's gonna last for all the way till the end. So it's gonna go for days. We're not doing all 16 waifus in one day. No, hey, pause that. Wait, no, we're not. We're not doing all 16 in one day. We're doing 2 per day until there's eventually a champion after however many days. And we're skipping Fridays so that Fridays can be regular waifu battles so that we can still be challenging the champion who owns the belt. We'll be explaining all the rules. Don't worry on Sunday. There's not too many rules. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Demogenized for a 2 says, I appealed. It's 7 days. Yeah, so you got auto-flagged. You got auto-flagged. That's exactly what happened. You got auto-flagged, and it knocked you down for 7 days because it took whatever you said as a super violent threat for whatever that reason may be. And it got auto-flagged, so. Bro, somebody take AI away from Yamato, please. Please, somebody take AI away from Yamato. Brother, what are we doing? What is this, bro? This episode of Hypnocast brought to you by the Hypno Truck. Join Hypnotic and fight to save the gaming industry. Battery operated Hypnocast Hypno Truck, bro. What the fuck is this?
Holy shit.
Did you really turn me into a fucking truck, bro? Oh my God. You couldn't at least make me chargeable. You had to make me battery operated so that somebody keeps inserting things into my truck. If you catch my drift, man, like what the fuck, man? What the fuck? That's all right. It is what it is. Gotta take AI away from you, man. It's crazy. Mecha Centaur, yeah, seriously. All the people saying they would buy it, you guys need to repent. Every single one of you needs to repent right now for saying you would buy that shit. Guys are crazy. Anyway, listen, man. In that regard, a couple of things. So, number one, we are going to be doing a gaming stream tonight. I'm going to be playing some Avatar. I do, ironically, still want to check out that game and play that game. It is a good game. It's a fucking shame that it's so, like, microtransaction to hell. But we will be hanging out, playing that game, having a good time. So, please make sure to come hang out with us tonight. I'm going to make it public right now so you guys can go over there and prepare for that. If you're not going to hang out for the Waifu Battle, here's the link to that. I also released a video today. If you guys didn't see the video, please go check out the video. Here's the link to the game stream. I also released a video today talking about the nonsense with Starfield and PlayStation 5. It's doing pretty well, so please go support that video. If you have not seen it, it's got a funny intro that I worked really hard on. I'm going to put it right here. There you go. The video link is there. It's got a funny intro that I worked hard on, so go check that out if you're not going to go check out the game stream. Black Tailgate with it too. I'm waiting for Hypno Scampus. You're going to be waiting a long time, sir. You're going to be waiting a long time. Thank you for the 2. And in that regards, the intro was cursed. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But it was accurate. It was accurate. We're going to go into the waifu battle now, ladies and gentlemen. We're not at tier 1. We're not at tier 2. So let's hope that we have an epic battle. And we're bringing back somebody who hasn't been in the waifu battle in quite some time. So let's have some fun. Let's do our thing. Thank you guys who are not going to hang out on the waifu battle. I appreciate you. Have fun doing whatever it is you're going to do next. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. You better be here, 9 p.m. Let's get into it. All right, boys. The waifu battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the last waifu battle, holy shit, did we have an upset? You know it was an upset. I know a lot of you guys are still coping and seething right now from what happened in the last waifu battle. We had A2 as the champion from Nier Automata. And then I decided to bring out 2B, also from Nier, to challenge A2. And everybody thought 2B was going to be able to win very easily. But lo and behold, A2 is actually still the waifu battle champion. Insane, boys. I honestly still cannot believe that that happened. But it did. And she's still the champion, boys. So before we bring out the challenger, let's go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that it is going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, it will not count. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact that you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion who is A2, or you can vote for the challenger who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? I know we don't understand the rules. It's fine. All right, boys, listen. I'm bringing out a waifu that hasn't been in the battle for a fucking long time. A really long time. But when she was a waifu battle champion, she actually did fairly well. And she is also a silver-haired bombshell. Considering that A2 is a silver-haired bombshell, I figure it was only right to bring out somebody that could compete in the same fashion. All right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against A2 is going to be none other than the one and the only Grafia from High School DD, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be A2 or is it going to be Grafia from High School DD? You let me know in the comments down below. John D is already freaking out. He's like, oh, some maid chick. Shout out to John D. He's hilarious, man. He's hilarious. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the maid is here. The maid is here, boys. She may not be dressed as a maid, but god damn it, she's awesome. We got Dead Eyes Lock with it too for Grafia right off the bat. Thank you, Dead Eyes Lock. I appreciate that. Air Razor over on Rumble saying who? Jesus Christ. D Draconic with a 5 says Grafia. Thank you, D Draconic. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Legendary. Legendary. I started putting where they're from next to their names on the bottom. I started doing that like a week ago. So that way you guys know exactly where they're from. Because you'll have people that'll be like, who? You have like the super normies. They'll be like, who? Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Grafia High School DD top tier. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. With the 2 banger. Then we got Ali Kusanagi with a 10 banger for Grafia. Damn, not a single vote for A2 right now. Not a single vote. Oh, I take that back. Damajinai with a 2 says A2 got to support the droid army. What a legend. What a legend. Shout out to Damajinai. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ali Kusanagi, for the 10 banger. Appreciate you, my man. Air Razor says, I'm a gamer, not an anime manga person. I'm only fucking with you, man. Damn, he came out real quick. He's like, listen, I'm a gamer. I don't know this anime shit. Or if you're like super white, you'd be like, anima, manga, anime. Oh, shit. It's terrible. Yo, we got Secret Final Boss with a 10 banger for A2. Catching her up right now. Catching her up to Grafia. Nice job, Secret Final Boss. We got Raza with a 5. Says Grafia because of cope. Oh, she's coping. She is coping. Holy shit. That's not good. Yamato says, I told you no one here watches anime. Well, yeah, that's why I don't usually promote my manga channel here. I don't promote it anywhere. My manga channel, I let that run separately so that it gets its own fan base. I got all kinds of people following me on my manga channel. There's so many different kinds of people. It's insane. It's insane. Ladies, be saved from the gulag. They are saved. They are saved. We got Pokey. I know it's Poker Race, but Pokey. Poker Ace, not Poker Race. Pokey for 3 months says Grafia, LOL. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You remember calling it manga back in the day before your first con? Bro, if you go to an anime or manga like convention and you start saying shit like manga, bro, they're gonna come after you. Seriously, I would avoid doing that at all costs. All right, boys, listen, it's a close waifu battle. I don't think we're at. We might have just hit tier 1. We're dragging to tier 2, but we got A2 coming out on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find out who is gonna win. Is it going to be A2 or is it going to be Grafia? Let me know. Let me know which way this is gonna go, boys. We'll find out. But it's a pretty close battle right now. It's a pretty close battle right now. Is that like them Pokemangs? Yeah, exactly. Ruggish Dome. Basically. Benjamin Altman with a 2 says Grafia for the win unless Red Boy shows up for A2. I don't think there's going to be a Dr. Spike save here today. But I think you guys are fine. You never know. There are other people that could still troll at any given moment. You never know. But thank you, Benjamin, for the 2. I appreciate that, brother. It's awfully close right now. Damaj and I with another 2 for A2 again for reasons. Smart play, Damaj and I. Smart play. Thank you, man, for the 2. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Joel Jimenez says, Grafia winner, bring it. Huh. Deidriconic says, can't vote now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dead Eyes Lock says, summoning Grafia and tier 2 jutsu. Makes sense. Mr. 70s Bush with a $20 banger says Grafia. Who the fuck is Grafia? Oh, no. Now that's funny. That's funny. Shout out to Mr. 70s Bush with the 20, putting Grafia in the lead. Robin 10 with a 2 says Grafia. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Robin 10. Dark Tenave with a 5 says A2 for the win. Thank you, Dark Tenave. I appreciate that. Damn. Interesting what's going down. This is actually unbelievably close. Why is this so close? Are we that undecided today? Why is this so close, boys? What's going on? What's going on, man? Honestly, I'm not that surprised though, considering they're two silver-haired waifus. Zodlander says no creepy eyes, please. I can't promise that. Both are hot. Yeah, that'd probably do it. Oh shit, Dr. Spike with the 2 says, Hinata, am I late? You are late, Dr. Spike, but that's okay. Hey, Dr. Spike, go back to the beginning of the stream. Well, close to the beginning of the stream. I announced the upcoming Waifu Battle tournament. It's epic, man. It's epic. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. But Hinata's not in it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not yet. Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. All right, boys. Full Metal. Holy shit. Full Metal just caught up 8-2. Holy shit. Full Metal. Goddamn. Just caught up 8-2 with a $20 banger. Damn. Right before the final countdown. Holy shit, boys. Here we go. Anybody's game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Waiting for lag, 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 and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Waifu Battle Belt is mine!
This man is Batman, bro. This man is Batman. I swear to God, he must like have some sort of bat signal in the sky whenever tier 2 is nearly not about to be hit. Holy shit, man. Robin 10 with the 5 for Graphia. Get some more. Thank you, Robin 10. I appreciate that, brother. And then out of nowhere, Dr. Spike dropped a $200 Red Boy Ultimate Hyper Banger for A2. And then Deadeye's Lock on Rumble dropped a $2 banger for Graphia. Thank you, Deadeye's Lock. I appreciate that. Mods, count it up. In the meantime, Dr. Spike, you already know what it is, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's not the right one.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
All right, boys, we have another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in!
Dr. Spike, man. Dropping an insane $200 Red Boy Ultimate Hyperbanger, brother. Thank you so much. Helping us to get to tier 2 right at the very end. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you. Thank you. I hope everything's good with the house, by the way. I know you're still dealing with that craziness, man. I hope the storm fucking stopped and shit. But shout out to you, man. I appreciate that, Dr. Spike. T-Jab got the numbers, and right now, we got Greyfear at $52.19 against A2 at a magic $239 flat, which means Greyfear would have won if it wasn't for Dr. Spike coming to save the day. Which means the winner and still Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only A2, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, man. Damn. This is a hell of a streak. I feel like this is the longest streak A2's ever had, like by a long shot. I'm almost positive that's the case. Damn. Considering how close the battle was before then, I'm sure the coping and seething is through the roof right now. It's got to be.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
That is it. That is it for the Waifu Battle. Ladies and gentlemen, A2 is going to go backstage. She will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a great time, for the most part. All right, boys, listen. Insane stream today. Insane stream today. Lots of announcements. Lots of good conversation. Thank you guys so much for supporting the streams, as you always do. We're going to go rate ourselves over on Hypnotic Gaming Live. We're under an hour. We're going to be playing some Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. We're running around Pandora and basically destroying a bunch of humans. No pun intended, considering that's the game we played before. So definitely come hang out with me over on the game stream. But if you're not, I appreciate you regardless. Thank you guys so much for everything. And shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. I don't think there's any gifted games. Let me just double check before I head out. There is not. Thank you guys for everything. And I will see you guys on the next one, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. Oh, don't forget to watch the video tomorrow. There's a video dropping 10 a.m. tomorrow. Don't miss it. You guys have been doing amazing with the videos. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right, go be bigots and go be gooders. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you gay.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Fedora, or her cat was named Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck in the end zone, put a ticket in, make her lady gay. Fuck baby gay, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, sweetie, and make her fucking gay.
Fucking pronouns! the touch of the black man. I bring light. 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 That's right!
Why the hell are you still here? Go on. Get out of here. Go play some video games.